Russia stepped up its assaults in western Ukraine on Sunday, launching a fatal bombing on a military site where Ukrainian troops had been training alongside NATO forces, bringing the crisis closer to Poland and other EU nations. The continuation of conflict in numerous locations has added to the agony in Ukraine and sparked new worldwide concern. The Russia-Ukraine war, now in its third week, has pushed more than 2.5 million people to evacuate Ukraine. Thousands of civilians and military have died as a result of the conflict. According to an advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who is also a member of the negotiating team, the fourth round of peace negotiations between Ukraine and Russia will take place on Monday. In the midst of Moscow's escalating invasion of Ukraine, Russian officials are said to have approached Chinese colleagues about getting military equipment from the nation. Moscow also asked more economic assistance from Beijing, which has emerged as a critical partner as the rest of the world moves to isolate Russia. A request that has heightened tensions in the ongoing conflict ahead of a Monday meeting in Rome between top officials from the US and Chinese administrations. In anticipation of the meetings, National Security Adviser Jake Sullivan, who is scheduled to meet with Chinese counterpart Yang Jiechi this week, urged China on Sunday against giving any tangible assistance to Russia in order to help it deal with global sanctions. Sullivan said, "We will not allow it to happen." Some authorities have stated that Russia is running low on some types of ammunition as a result of the protracted situation. A former U.S. Indo-Pacific Command advisor, Eric Sayers, said, if Beijing provides any kind of military help to Moscow's assault in Ukraine, the ramifications for U.S.-China strategy might be massive. Russia has also pushed India to increase its investments in the sanctioned country's oil and gas industry, and it is eager to develop Russian firms' sales networks in Asia's third-largest economy. Some Western allies have urged India to denounce Russia's activities in Ukraine following New Delhi's abstention from voting against Moscow, a long-time arms supplier at the United Nations. Indian state-owned enterprises own shares in Russian oil and gas reserves, while Russian corporations such as Rosneft own a controlling position in Indian refiner Nayara Energy. Some Indian firms also purchase Russian oil. The Biden administration also accuses China of disseminating Russian disinformation, which might be used as a pretext for Russian President Vladimir Putin's forces to launch a chemical or biological assault on Ukraine. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has left China in a difficult position, with two of its most important business partners, the United States and the European Union. China requires access to those markets, but it has also expressed support for Moscow joining Russia in announcing a relationship with no bounds. Officials in the Biden administration said, Beijing is disseminating bogus Russian claims that Ukraine was conducting chemical and biological weapons laboratories with US assistance. According to them, China is essentially providing cover if Russia launches a biological or chemical weapons assault against Ukrainians. According to Chinese leaders, Washington should not be entitled to protest about Russia's activities because the United States invaded Iraq under false pretenses. The United States claimed to have proof that Saddam Hussein was accumulating weapons of mass destruction, although none were ever discovered.